I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am Gogeta, and I order you to subscribe to Geekdom 101, unless you want your soul punished.
Before we get into this topic, I want to say this video is going to contain some spoilers for Dragon Ball Super Broly, so if you are concerned about that, come back in about a week and a half when the movie comes out and watch this video again, because this is a very important video when it comes to discussing the future of Dragon Ball Super and the events in Dragon Ball Super Broly. So again, not too many spoilers, but there are some big ones, a small handful of big ones in this video. So we are discussing Dragon Ball Super Broly and the ramifications of the events that happened within that movie. Okay, a lot of stuff happened in the movie, and we're going to discuss how this is going to affect the future of Dragon Ball. Because if you saw the movie, or even if you read the spoiler recap and you haven't seen it yet, you know that there's a lot of unfinished business when it comes to these characters. So let's talk about it. Joining me, somebody who was there with me at the premiere. I met him for the very, very first time. It was a long time coming, and I'm so happy to have him back here on Geekdom 101. Rhyme Style.
It's weird that in 2019 I could say that Broly doesn't suck anymore.
I think he's awesome. I love the new Broly story, and I heard that you were very touched by his backstory.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, there was a lot that goes into it, from the boss story to just the overall writing of the character. Like, they just did such a good job, and by they, Toriyama did a good job. Like, it goes to show you that you can take all the older movies and give us some, you know what, comments. If you could take any of the past movie villains and rewrite them completely similar to how they did with this Broly, despite many people not having seen the movie yet because not out yet, who would you want to see rewritten in a 2019 style story? Let us know in the comment section below.
Well, it's going to be Cooler. I guarantee you Cooler's going to get the most votes.
Oh, yeah,
I already
100%.
tried this.
100%.
Right? So, okay, so now after seeing the movie, you are perfectly fine with Broly being part of the main cast. Maybe not a Z fighter, but at least popping up once in a while.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And it's funny because, like, looking into it, it's like when Frieza was revealed to be an Eternal of Power, it's like, why? He would never do that. It's not going to work. And it's like, it's so easy to look at them taking a turn in a story like that and thinking, nah, this is not going to work. But then when you see how the execution is, it's like, oh, okay, this worked really well. And like how Goku and Frieza fought at the end of Turn of Power was beautiful. Yeah. Now, I still don't agree with him, kind of existing afterwards because it doesn't make any sense because he's kind of a prick, a.k.a. how we get into this movie. But I guess without him, we wouldn't have Broly back. So,
well, a deal is a deal, right? But also remember, what I love about it is, I don't know about you, but I'm happy he's back because this idea of Frieza being this guy who concocts these plans against, Goku and Vegeta like over and over again, I kind of think that's kind of fun. Like, have him be the Joker of Dragon Ball where he's always around.
Well, see, that's my problem because it feels more like a cartoon now. I mean, I know it's a cartoon; it's a Japanese cartoon, but like it feels more like
different.
It's like Team Rocket and Pokemon. In Pokemon, they're always just there, just doing stuff. It's like, can someone get rid of these dudes?
Because Pilaf gang,
Frieza is a dick. He's gotta go. Even in what was it? Was it in the Broly movie or the end of Turn of Power? But like, you just see him literally murdering planets.
Right? No, absolutely.
That was the Broly movie. And the Broly movie, right?
Yeah, they're having a big war, which, by the way, was a great scene. Great scene. Yeah, I love that scene. So let's talk about that right now, actually. That scene you're talking about is at the end of the Broly movie. We see Frieza sitting down, and he's talking about how he has a plan. Like, the events of Broly have sort of inspired him. He says, this ain't over yet. So now, we know, again, spoilers, Broly is alive. He's on planet Vampa with Shilai and Lemo, okay? And Frieza has a plan. So going forward now, we have some very interesting elements. Broly is alive. He could go berserk at any moment. Maybe if Shilai puts it on him a little too hard, she might end up getting in trouble there. You know what I'm saying? And then we've got Goku making friends with Broly, giving him food and capsule houses and all that. Then we have Frieza. What do you think Frieza's plan is going to be going forward?
See, that's what's kind of cool because you don't know. And again, it's really easy to look at that scene and think, man, this is stupid. Like, he shouldn't exist. But at the same time, if they do it the right way, they could have a lot of story elements in the future that make sense and is like really, really well executed. But at the same time, it's like Frieza should not be alive. I don't get it. So honestly, I don't know, but it's definitely a wild card. But also the question now is it too much Frieza? Because like Frieza has come back so much in this series, and now he's like back. And it's like, can y'all just like get rid of this man again?
Right. Well, I think I was thinking about this, Dino, bro. I was thinking, remember how we were all kind of like, man, Vegeta should have killed Frieza and Resurrection F. Mm-hmm. What if the guy who puts the nail in Frieza's coffin for good now ends up being Vegeta?
See, I thought about that, but I feel like it would just take away from the impact of doing it early in the series. Honestly, at this point, and this just might be me. It's a good question actually for the audience. It might just be me that I wouldn't care if it is Vegeta or Goku or even Broly at this point. Well, but also, I just know he's got to go.
But we did have a teaser because earlier in the movie, they asked Vegeta, Whis asked Goku and Vegeta, why are you guys still training? Goku wants to get stronger because of the fight with Jiren and all that. But Vegeta says because we have Frieza out there. So even he's kind of taken the superhero role of saying we have to protect the Earth from Frieza. So that's interesting. And that could be a teaser, man. I mean, Toriyama.
It definitely is. Okay, look, honestly, I would not be surprised if this next work that they're working on is a cooler movie.
Yeah, or
call it right now
or something.
Because think about it, like Frieza's still alive. We never got the combination of Frieza and Cooler. Imagine if Frieza reveals, because by the way, just to kind of end the speculation, because when the movie first came out, people were talking about Cooler's confirmed. Yeah, that was actually a mistranslation. Yeah, it's why I can't toss it out there. I talked about that. Yep. Yeah, so Cooler's not in the actual movie at all. No, not even mentioned.
Not even mentioned.
But think about this: what if the next movie ends up being a situation where it's like, oh, let me go find my brother. We can do this together. And he teaches him the gold form. And now you have 2 Frieza-level warriors taking on the Saiyans.
And Frost is out there. Don't forget that.
And potentially Frost as well. That could be a dope setup. Again, this is what I'm talking about. You have a lot of potential to make the future series really, really dope, whether it be a movie or an arc. But the question is how do you do it? So in a situation like that, I'd be all for a Cooler Frieza team-up. Frieza team. Because Frieza alone, when he got gold, was pretty powerful, but then he lacked stamina. Then he comes back again, even stronger, but again, now they have to team up, so you can't really fight. So now if we get a situation where you have to worry about any kind of tournaments or any like restrictions, you get both Frieza and Cooler, both like really, really powerful in their golden forms.
What if they fuse?
Oh.
Against Gogeta.
Oh my gosh.
Go for it.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to see Gogeta again in the next movie as much as I love that character. Too much fusion is a bad thing. Look, man. Well, some people disagree, but it's a bad thing if you do too much fusion.
Well, I do want to talk about that. So that's kind of going to be the last point here I want to talk about, and that's Gogeta Blue. So in the movie, a couple of interesting things happen. First of all, Vegeta officially learns the fusion pose. Obviously, he did it in Fusion Reborn, but that was not part of the main continuity. Now he knows the fusion pose relatively well. He screwed up a couple times, and they don't have Potara anymore. Well, they can get him, but they don't have any on hand. So another thing that happened in the movie that was interesting is during the fight with Broly, Whis has a line where he says, finally you guys learn to work together. And that's a throwback to Resurrection F, where he talks about how if they work together, they could be very dangerous. And now this is the culmination of that, which I loved, by the way, that they went back to that. So Gogeta Blue is a thing now. Gogeta, maybe even higher levels of Gogeta if they keep training. So now I'm wondering, is Gogeta going to be the final trump card every time? I feel like the original story, Vegeta hated fusing with Goku. Yeah, because for 2 reasons. Number 1, these guys are all very prideful fighters. And number 2, he hated being a part of Kakarot. But this time, Vegeta acknowledges that, they don't want Broly to nuke the Earth. So they had to use Gogeta to pretty much try to calm the dude down, which they did for a while until, the end. But Gogeta, so does this mean now that they both know the fusion pose that I'm sorry, bro, but I think we are going to see more fusion because now they can always whip out Gogeta if they need to.
100%. But I think what's going to happen next time is the next time they have like a big crazy villain and they have to bust out fusion is going to fail.
So you think that Gogeta will lose, or do you think they're going to screw up the fusion? Is that what you're saying?
I think Gogeta will lose because I think what will happen is because remember how every time in the series. Every time in the series when they achieve a new transformation and they start stomping out the bad guy, and then the next arc when they use that transformation they get completely stomped out. For example, when Beerus first showed up on King Kai's planet and Goku's all like, I got Super Saiyan 3 and literally got flicked to death. And it's like, oh wow, this dude's kind of a badass. I wouldn't be surprised the next time they have to bust out Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, they get stomped out because now it's like, okay, now what? Because it also throws the viewer into the state of oh shit, what do they do now?
Now what? We got to bust out Ultra Instinct Fusion, or Ultra Instinct Goku. Something like that, yeah.
Something different.
But I still feel like now they have Fusion as a legitimate trump card. They don't have to worry about fighting a Potara. They can just do the pose. And you're right, win, lose, or draw. I don't think we've seen the last of Gogeta, bro. I especially with how Toei and Bandai of Japan have been pushing the merchandise. Gogeta Blue this, Gogeta Blue that. Everything is Gogeta Blue. They really want to get this character over. In my 25 years following this franchise, I have never seen them try to get a character over more than Gogeta Blue. I mean, dude, even more than Broly, even more than Frieza, even more than anybody.
I'll I don't know how he is as far as other merch, but Gogeta in like games like Dokkan and Legends has always been massive. It was Gogeta and Janemba were the turning point in Dokkan's first year anniversary. When those units were released, it like broke the game. And then as far as popularity. And then when they released them again on Global, when they re-released them with the intelligence and strength versions, like Gogeta Day and Janemba Day were like the days to look forward to every single year for Dokkan. And and they actually always outdid Vegito as far as popularity too, which is what always kind of threw me off. Whenever I would do like my little debates on Twitter, it's like, oh, which one are you on? Are you Team Vegito, Team Gogeta? It always surprised me that a lot more people on like Twitter, for example, would be on Vegito as opposed to Gogeta's side. I mean, it was close, but it was still like always Vegeta would always win. But like, as far as seeing the merch side in games like Dokkan and Legends, they always outdid Vegito releases with Gogeta stuff.
That's good to know. I actually did not know that. I'm glad. I never knew that until you told me. So, I mean, that should tell you right there. I mean, just a cool vest, and, you know, Fusion Reborn's a very beloved movie, and now we have Broly, and most of the people have not seen Broly yet who speak English, but they will soon, and they're going to see how amazing this Gogeta is. Of course, the animators will have to be given credit, but the fight with Broly and Gogeta is absolutely insane. I mean, when y'all see this on the big screen, it's going to blow your mind. You have to see it multiple times. There's so much stuff that happens. It's literally nuts. And it's not 2 seconds. This thing goes on for a while. This is
it's a long fight. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. One of my favorite fights of all time.
I feel like what we're going to have to do when the movie officially comes out, we're going to have to do like a Vegito-Gogeta comparison video. Because like after watching it, all my friends that were like Team Vegito Hardcore were like, oh, they're kind of the same person. But then also some people in the room who were like, nah, they're different. But like, they're definitely the same in my opinion. So I think that'd be a little fun video to do as well. I compare both personalities. Because here's what's always been dumb to me. Despite Gogeta not talking in Fusion Reborn, I always assumed his personality was basically the same. Just because, like, it's Goku and Vegeta fusing. 2 plus 2 is 4. If you switch the 2s together, it's still 4. It's the same person. We didn't really see that in Fusion Reborn because, I don't know.
It was a short movie. It was a short scene. I mean, the short scene.
Yeah, it wasn't a good execution. I mean, it was dope seeing him basically body Janemba. But, like, they didn't have much time to show off Gogeta. But, like, end of the day, it's like, we saw what Fusion does with other characters like Gotenks. It almost makes him cocky. It's a cocky sin.
And in GT Gogeta, he was cocky, too.
Yeah, but exactly. That's why I'm like, huh?
But in Broly, he's a little cocky, but he's really, like, determined to win. Especially close to the end. I love that about him.
It reminded me a lot of Vegito Blue. It was like a very similar character to Vegito Blue.
Yeah. When he fought Mursa Masu. Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, going forward, right? The ramifications of the movie, I think, to wrap up, is Broly's alive out there somewhere. Frieza's alive out there somewhere. Who knows who else is gonna come in? Like you said, Cooler or whatever they're gonna do. And we have now Goku and Vegeta not having a problem fusing anymore. Now fusing seems to be okay with both of them. So we're gonna see, I think, fusion at least one more time. At least one more time, we're gonna see it. Because hey, they won. Gogeta. I mean. They didn't kill Broly, but they were going to. He was
about to die. He was about to die. One thing that I found interesting though is obviously I got to see the Xenoverse DLC before it came out, and something that you could do in that game is when you fire the Kamehameha, you could do another input and absorb it. So the entirety of the movie, I was expecting him to do that, where he fires a Kamehameha and absorbs it instead, and then becomes stronger. So it's kind of weird that they give him that ability in the game, but it has nothing to do with the movie.
Could it be a teaser of something he can do later on? I don't know.
I have no idea. But basically what happens is you spend 3 key bars, you start doing a Kamehameha pose, but if you do it again, if you have 3 more key bars, instead you just absorb it. So all the power you built up in the Kamehameha, you absorb it into Gogeta, and then you just fight with it.
Right.
It's kind of like a Goku absorbed a Spirit Bomb in the Android 13 movie.
No, exactly, yeah, and this is much better though. I think much more powerful. So, all right, check out Rhyme Style. I'll leave a link down below to his channel, but most of you probably already know who he is. And let us know in the comments, what do you think is the most interesting? Well, all the other stuff you asked him to leave, but also the most interesting ramification from the film. Will we see Gogeta again? I really think so, and I think this is not over. This movie's not the end of Dragon Ball. It's actually a new beginning, not just with the new Shintani designs, but just I can tell Toriyama's kind of not really hitting the reset button, but he's kind of like, okay. Tournament of Power's over. Where do we go from here? It's not over. This story is not over. What?
What do?
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later.